Hi, how are you? Yes, I sure am.
Sorry, I'm just going to come around. I'll come around and talk to you.
Okay, great. Hey, how's it going?
Before?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
No.
Todd Kibbee.
Yeah, you handled the past event actually.
I have handled a couple of them.
Yeah, the Liberty or Death events.
Yes.
Okay.
Over here at the.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what's going on today?
Well, I want to give you a flyer actually because this really does kind of summarize what we're all about. My concern is we've seen a very sharp rise in hate crimes in Seattle. We've seen it around the region, and we know that this is happening in a broader sense in Washington State. What's happening currently is, I've gotten reports from people that have been harassed, have been attacked on Capitol Hill. I'm sure you guys have heard about the theft of the pride flags and some of the other things that have been going on around town. The biggest thing that concerns me is that some of these guys are Proud Boys, and they're hooked in with the people in Portland. And I don't know how closely you've been following that for the last year or so, but there's been some really scary stuff has happened down there. Hey, Mark. I just don't want that to happen here. And again, we're getting reports of harassment. We've gotten reports of assaults. These guys have been extremely provocative, I guess is one word, but basically they've done a lot of things to kind of go around the city and sort of troll people, so to speak. And so like on Friday night, I read in, I believe it was Capitol Hill Times, a couple of them from a group called Operation Cold Front, which is basically an online YouTube channel. I would take mine off at their prescription. So, so they were out there trolling, doing this free hugs from Trump supporter things. And they've done a variety of these things. They did another video that said Antifa lives don't matter, and that this caused a lot of responses from their followers that were scary, frankly. I've been threatened repeatedly online just for being basically a peace activist. So these things concern us. And these folks are quite aggressive. I want to really emphasize the fact that, I've de-escalated conflict at protests before. I have absolutely no interest whatsoever in anything bad happening here or anywhere in the city. This is really what we're worried about. It's these hate crimes and the harassment and some of the aggression that is just so much a part of the Proud Boys. I mean, these guys, at least at one point, and I would imagine they still do this, literally require people to get involved in street fights to raise up through their ranks. And, another concern that we've had, Lieutenant Libby, it's okay, I don't want to get in your way. So another concern that we've had, I'm just going to be really frank with you, is that there were a couple of incidents that happened at the 818 event last year where Marilyn Perry, for instance, who's one of their photographers, shot some pepper spray. I was right at that scene. I actually recorded that with my camera and I provided that to officers. And she lied to you guys. She said, hey, I shot the pepper spray after somebody tore glasses off of me in my visor. And my film shows that that's absolutely not true. On another occasion, there was an arrest there at that event that was made by Tom Burns, excuse me. And Tom said that he had seen this guy get punched in the face, when in fact the guy was pushed. And Bowling, who is a Proud Boy, had actually punched the other guy. So this is, I followed this up for weeks, even months. I contacted the city attorney's office, I contacted NLG and other people, and I know that the city chose not to even attempt to prosecute those cases because they weren't good arrests, to be honest. And so part of the concern that I have, and again, I'm just being frank with you, and I think among some activists, is that in some cases the police, it seems like, sort of look the other way a little bit with the Proud Boys and perhaps aren't quite as stringent with them. I don't want to go back and forth about that with you or to try to argue or debate with you about it, but
I think I would say that I was there that one, and the people who got assaulted were rocks being thrown from the counter pressures towards the Proud Boys, the ones that I saw. So there was, you say that happened. Well, I can also tell you that I witnessed things being thrown at the other group. So in any event, our job is to be a content neutral.
Sure.
We really try hard to, if we're enforcing something with one end, I try to have officers enforcing the same thing on the other side. So that's our goal, again, is to be content neutral.
Sure.
And again, you said that there's equal opportunities, I'm sure, on both sides for people to say that something happened and have complaints about it. So, but our goal today getting back to today, I guess. So there's no permits for the park for either group. Right?
Okay.
So, but based on past practices and kind of a time, place, and manner restrictions, we're designated one area for one group, and since they got here, they have that area there.
Okay.
And they're going to exercise their First Amendment rights. You're welcome to exercise yours and do whatever you want here in the park, obviously.
Okay.
Obviously, they're having a feeding thing, so I'd ask you not to interrupt that.
Oh, sure.
But anyway, other than that, you have just as obviously as much right to the park. We are restricting that group to there, just again based on past practice.
I think that's a great idea.
Like you said, in Portland, they've had some issues. So
yeah.
The expectations for today are basically that our job and our goal is to enforce the law equally. We're going to keep both parties separate.
Okay.
And basically, at the end of the day, everyone has their rights exercised, and they all go home happy.
Okay.
Or at least as happy as everyone can be.
I understand. Okay. All right. I appreciate your time today. Do you guys want my number or anything in case you need to call me?
Do you have a card? Or do you have a card?
I don't have a card. Sorry.
Let me write it down on that piece of paper you gave me.
Okay. Just in case, so I'm easy to contact.
No, go ahead, please. Go ahead, Jerry.
510-463-7258.
Where the area code is that?
Oakland, California. It's an old number. I've been living in Seattle for quite some time. I lived here and then went back and came back. I've been here a few years. So.
Phone numbers, I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care.